everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Dolphins going up against the Jaguars. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium to join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm Brandon Guyton alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talk these last couple weeks about the build-up, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say, let's go get them, guys, they probably talked too much.
We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And there is Ryan Tannehill bringing out the Miami Dolphins, finishing the season just shy of 3,000 yards, 19 touchdowns, 12 picks, Charles. Unable to play, of course, in the playoff game. Had to be hard for him to sit that one out.
Had to be very hard for him because I thought he finished the season with a flourish. And this was a monster year for Ryan Tannehill in his development as an NFL quarterback. And I thought he passed the test. And I think 2017, he's eager for it, as is his head coach, Adam Gase.
Offense. Still first down.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Here's the first carry now for Frank Gore. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
An extra defensive back was inserted on that play, what they call their nickel defense. And what you're hoping as an offense is that they will get out of there thinking it's a pass play and create space for you to run the draw. In this case, that didn't happen. The extra DB was not blocked and made the play.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That's taken on the 25. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And now we get ready for Jacksonville to take the field on offense. Blake Bortles this year accounted for 22 turnovers, 16 interceptions, and 6 fumbles, and just all around for the Jags, not the year that they expected. 3-13.
Yeah, everyone expected the Jags to make a jump and actually contend for a playoff spot. And, of course, a lot of people thought that Blake Bortles would be leading them. And I remember talking with a personnel guy in the league before this season and talking about the season Bortles had in 2015. And he said to me, yeah, take a closer look at it. A lot of the success he had when they were down 14 points or more. I want to see him in some tighter games. It didn't happen this year. He's got a lot of work to do to get back to being that rising star. And there's your standard issue draw play. I like it a lot better when it's actually been set up.
On play action, it's Bortles. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When I see Cameron Wake make plays like that, I can't help but shake my head sometimes. He had to go to Canada first before he came back to the NFL, where he's now an all-pro.
Yeah, undrafted out of Penn State, but look at him now.
And just think about all the pass rushing moves he has, his ability to play against the run. Remember, he was a combo outside linebacker, defensive end. Now he's just simply running.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked.
Defense.
Got a little handsy there, defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
They go play action here on first down. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Then here's a look at the starting offense. Six yards here to go for the offense on second down. On second down, here's Bortles. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Bortles going to throw. And Paul has it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. 0-0 our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. Called a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Still first down.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, Jordan Island over there. Single receiver. Hey, 380. 380.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the 2nd straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup. Following the penalty, it's goal. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Partner, we're into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he slides to avoid the hit. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here. A handoff right. It's Gore. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. 7 yards remain now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he's brought down after a good game. They'll get 23 yards there. And it'll give the Jags a first down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Bortles now on first down. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Jaguars are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Dolphins won't panic either. They know they just need to take it one play at a time. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Dolphins opening the game on offense. They're going to come away with another sack here. This will go for a loss of 8. Third down, inches to go. They'll go to the ground and pound here, and he'll take it in for the touch. Jaguars up by a touchdown. Now 1st and 10, out of the shotgun, pass will be completed, and he ends up at their own 41-yard line before he stopped on the play. That'll do it for our final halftime show of the year. One half remains in this Super Bowl. To bring it to you, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently. But that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And the offense looking to pick up the 1st down after the 2nd down incompletion.
3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop right around the 25. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, if something like that, we got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Gore back there is the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up. Not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
2nd and goal to go now. Another try on 2nd down for Gore. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. They go with a screen to Gore. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Frank Gore from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need to rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And this one through the uprights and good. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Frank Gore touchdown run. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 78 yards. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Lambeau on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone. Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
First and goal, Gore. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. That's caught at the 2. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The line of scrimmage is the 2 here on 3rd and goal. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And that brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Now the return, Rashad Green. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now a handoff as they run left side. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. Throwing now is Bortles. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And here comes the Jags defense as they get back out there. And they did well down near the goal line last time, forcing him to settle for a short field goal.
And in today's day and age, settling for a field goal of that distance, It's amazing. You can get 3 points now, where it's going to give you only 1 point for the extra point, which would be a little bit longer. But they have to feel fantastic about only giving up 3 in that situation. It could have been so much worse.
Yeah, could have. Now can they carry that over? Now Tannehill drops it underneath to Gore. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
2 minutes to go in Super Bowl 51 from Houston. We're back to crown a champion after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
False start, offense.
They come up in an offset eye. To throw on second down is Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Pass interference, defense.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call it on.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, you're trailing. It's the fourth quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. They're in a good spot. Two-possession game barely, but a two-possession game here late. Now they just have to put this game on ice.
Let's face it, right now, they're talking about ball security, taking care of it, not allowing anything crazy to happen, because we've seen nutty things happen down the stretch, but they also have the security of the scoreboard. With that type of a lead, even if something goes haywire, they're still in good shape.
Another stiff arm.
Boy, that's effective, isn't it?
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Now they try the right side here. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw, Bortles. They go screen pass to Hyde. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now it's Tannehill. He's got time. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and it's third down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Tannehill now to throw. And it's caught by Parker. That one goes for 24 yards. And now they're in the hurry-up. And he spikes it with just a shade under a half a minute left. 29 seconds on the clock. Now Tannehill. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it's looking like the Jags are going to win this football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. And the Jaguars have done it. Jacksonville, the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.